This is Adi. Hope you are doing well. Today we are going to talk about our next topic, that is computer languages. As we human, we know to interact with each other uh, how much is essential to have a language, as well as computer have their own language to communicate with their programs. Now let's get started. What is a computer language? As we know, computer cannot understand any command that you may give in English or any other language. It has its own set of instruction for communication that we call computer language. The user of computer must be able to communicate with computer in that language. That means we have to give the computer commands and instruction under a set of rules called languages. So it is a quite easy definition to understand what is a computer language. These are the computer commands and instruction under a set of rules that is called languages. Now these are some types of high-level languages concluding Fortran, Python, Java, C++, and COBOL. As we know, there are two main categories of computer language. The first one is low-level language and the second one is high-level language. Low-level language consists of binary digits and its processing time is very fast. As compared to high-level language, it is quite slow and also it is a programming language. Sorry. Now what is a low-level language? These are the basic computer instruction, better known as machine codes. A computer cannot understand any instruction given to it, as we talked earlier, by the user in English or in any other high-level languages. Okay, like a computer which cannot direct understand your high-level languages inputs, so it uses its basic function that is known as low-level languages, also known as machine codes, to understand these types of high-level languages or the instruction you giving to your computer. These low-level languages are very essential, understandable by the machine. The main function of low-level languages is to interact with the hardware. So it is a quite answer to a question that what is the main function of low-level language? The main function of low-level language is to interact with hardware of the computer. They help in operating and managing all the hardwares and system components of the computer. They handle all the instruction which forms the architecture of the hardware system. Okay, now let's talk about some of the few low-level languages. That is, first one is machine language. This is one of the most basic low languages and was first developed to interact with first generation computers. So now there is another question going to be asked to you, that in which for which generation the what type of languages is used. So machine languages is used to interact with first generation computers. It is written in binary codes or machine codes which comprises of only two digits, that is 0 and 1, and these 0 and 1 are called binary digits. The second one is assembly languages. This is the second generation programming languages. It is developed on the platform of machine language. Okay, there is a quite another question, that which language is second generation programming language. So the answer is assembly languages. And which platform is used to develop assembly language? That is machine language platform, where instead of using only numbers, we use English letters, names, symbols, and okay. The basic difference between assembly language and machine language, that in machine language we only use digits, that is 0 and 1, but instead of digits, assembly language also use English letters like name, symbols, and it is the most basic computer language. we convert English word to machine codes through a unit called assembler. Okay, now the assembly language is now going to be converted into machine codes through a unit called assembler. So the work of assembler is to convert English word to machine codes. Okay, sorry. Now let's talk about high level languages. These are the programming languages, as I talked earlier, where important features are that they allow the program to write program for all type of computers and systems. Okay, now what is the main function of high level language? It is used to program or to write a program. Each and every instruction in high level languages is converted to machine languages for the computer to comprehend. So the question arises, why we always convert our languages into machine language? As I talked earlier, that computer is mostly understandable of these low level languages which going to be converted into machine languages using uh, some type of systems like compiler, interpreter, these type of systems. So each and every instruction in the high level languages is converted to machine languages for the computer to comprehend it. So it is essential to convert your high level language or the instruction you give to a computer into machine languages by using some sort of systems or programs. Okay, now these are the basic type of high level language, that is scripting language. Scripting language or scripts are essential programming languages. These languages employ a high level construct which allow it to interpret it and execute one command at a time. Okay, for scripting these type of languages are used and it execute only one command at a time. Scripting language are easy to learn and execute. It is also easy to learn and to execute than compiled languages. And some are the example of these scripts are Apple scripts, Java scripts, which is mostly used in your Symbian phones, and that is in your Apple iPhones, Perl, and etc. Now the other type of high level languages is object oriented language. These are the high level languages that focus on the object rather than the action to accomplish. Okay, what this line means, it focus on the object. What is your object? Why you are using a particular language? So it gonna focus on the object rather than the action to accomplish it. This focus will be on data than logics. Okay, now this focus is on only on the data, which data you are using, then the logic, what is the logic behind it, the reasoning behind that. The programmer really cares about the object they wish to manipulate rather than the logic needed to manipulate them. Okay, it is quite obvious or to understand that इट ओनली फोकस ऑन द ऑब्जेक्ट, मतलब ये केवल आपके मेन लक्ष्य पर निर्धारित करेगा कि वो किस तरह हम उसे पाएं, इंस्टेड ऑफ कि हम कौन सा रास्ता उसके लिए चुन रहे हैं. ओके, सम एग्जांपल इंक्लूड्स, these are the some example of object oriented language, that is Java, C++, Python, and Swift, etc. And you quite known to this Python, which are mostly hyped in this time because it has more function than compared to these type of languages. And this is most advanced language for using AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, the last but not the least, the procedural programming languages. This is a type of programming languages that has well structured steps and complex procedure. So we can say that it is the most complex language within its programming to compose complete programs. Okay, so it is the complex procedure language, and also there is a well structured steps, and it is a programming language. It has a systematic order for functioning and commands to complete a task and a program. And some example of these type of languages is Fortran, Algol, Basic, and COBOL. So this is for today, and we talk about our next topic on other video. Thanks for watching.